Good morning. Today we will be starting the next chapter, which is applications of derivatives, which is also called as AOD. Now derivatives, you will realize, has a lot of applications. Like for example, it helps us to find the rate of change of quantities. It helps us to find the increasing decreasing functions or equations of tangents normals. It also helps us in errors and approximations, and finally to find maxima and minima. So the first topic which we need to start now is rate of change of quantities. Now let's just see the definition of the basic definition of derivative. So f dash x is defined as limit h tending to 0 f of x plus h minus fx over x plus h minus x, which gives us limit h tending to 0 f of x plus h minus fx over h. Now as you can clearly see here, and we have discussed earlier also, that derivative is nothing but the change in one variable with respect to the change in the other one, in the limiting case as the change in the independent variable tends to 0. Or we say that derivative is the instantaneous rate of change of one variable, which is the dependent variable, with respect to the other variable, which is the independent variable. Now what is the meaning of this variable? Now what does this mean? Derivative is the instantaneous. By instantaneous we mean at that very instant, and limit h tends to 0 gives us that. Instantaneous rate of change of means it's a ratio, it's the rate at which one variable, which is the dependent variable here, changes with respect to the other variable, which is the independent variable here. And so derivative will help us to find the rate of change of quantities. Okay, so suppose we have to find the rate of change of one variable, that is fx, with respect to x, we simply find f dash x. Similarly, if we are given, or we say that if y equal to fx, then in order to find the change in y with respect to x, or the rate of change of y with respect to x, we will simply find f dash x. Right. Now similarly, if suppose y is some function of t and x is another function of t, so that y depends on x, so we can find dy by dx is nothing but dy by dt upon dx by dt, and that's how we find the rate of change of y with respect to x would be, in this case, the change in y with respect to t upon the change in x with respect to t. So now let us start with the questions. Now exercise 6.1. Now here, whether the question comes in this category or in this category is decided by the units being used. So you have to be very careful about while reading the question. Question number 1 says, find the rate of change of area of a circle with respect to the radius. So rate of change of area of a circle with respect to radius. So it means here area is the dependent variable and radius is the independent. So we will be differentiating with respect to r. The second thing which is important in this topic is that we should know or we should remember all the formulae for area, volume, surface area and all that. So, you need to revise all those basic results, and only then you will be able to do the questions correctly. Now, let us start this question. Now, area of a circle, let it be denoted by A is equal to pi r square. The rate of change of area with respect to radius. So, it means that dA upon dr is to be found out. It will be equal to 2 pi r. Now, what else is given? When the area is, when the radius is given to be 3 centimeter. So, it implies that when r is 3 centimeters, dA by dr will be equal to 2 pi into 3, which is equal to 6 pi. And the units are also important here. What have we done? dA means the numerator is the area which we are dealing with, so centimeter square, and in the denominator also we are dealing with distance. So, here it will be upon centimeter. We won't cancel this centimeter with this centimeter. We will write it as centimeter square upon centimeter, and it is this unit which gives us or which allows us to decide whether it is the rate of change is with respect to which variable. Now, let us take another one, question number 2. Here the volume of cube is increasing at the rate of 8 centimeter cube per second. This much is given. So, volume is increasing means dV by dt. Now, how do we know it is upon dt? Because the units are given to us as centimeter cube per second, and this gives us, this centimeter cube is a unit for volume and this second is the unit for time. So, this gives us a hint that we need to differentiate with respect to time. Now, this is given to us, and this is of a cube. This is given to us. We have to find the change in surface area. So, surface area means ds by dt. Okay, when length means x, or x is given to be 12 centimeter. How fast is the surface area increasing? When the length of the edge is 12 centimeter. So, this is given to us. Okay. So, first thing we need to know the definition or the formula for the volume of a cube. Then we need to know the formula for the surface area of a cube, and only then we can do this question. Okay. So, now that it is decided that we have to differentiate with respect to t. So, the next thing involves, what is the volume of a cube? X cube. In case we are taking the length of a side as x. So, this gives us dV by dt. Now, here we won't differentiate with respect to x. Here, since the unit says per second, we will be differentiating with respect to time. So, dV by dt is equal to 3x square. Now, it involves x and we are differentiating with respect to t. So, we will also multiply it by dx by dt. Okay. So, this is given to be 8 centimeter cube per second. This gives us the value of dx by dt is equal to 8 over 3 x square. Let us call it equation number 1. Now, the surface area also, the surface area of a cube is 6x square. Okay. So, now you differentiate this, ds by dt will be equal to 12x. Again we have to multiply by dx by dt, and this gives you 12x remains as it is into, in place of dx by dt you will write 8 over 3x square. 1x gets cancelled and we get this gets cancelled 4. So, we get 32 over x. Okay. So, when x equal to 12 centimeters, we get ds by dt is equal to 32 over 12, and this gets cancelled 3 and this is 8. So it gives you 8 upon 3, and the units would be ds. The unit for area is centimeter square, and we are differentiating with respect to time, so upon second, this is the answer. Okay, so accordingly you can do the other questions also. So let's take question number 5 now. Question number 5 says, a stone is dropped into a quiet lake and waves move in circles at speed of 5 centimeter per second. So circle means something to do with radius. Okay, so 5 centimeter at a speed of 5 centimeter per second. So we will be writing dr by dt is equal to 5 centimeter per second. At the instant when the radius of the circular wave is 8 centimeter, given that r is equal to 8 centimeter, we have to find this how fast the enclosed area is increasing, means dA by dt equal to what? This is to be found out. So again, now here the waves are moving in circles, it means we are dealing with area of a circle. So area of a circle is pi r square. Again the unit here says centimeter per second, so it means you are differentiating with respect to time. So it implies that dA by dt would be equal to 2 pi r. Now since we are differentiating with respect to time, it will be dr by dt. Now let's substitute when this r is equal to 8 centimeter and we are given dr by dt equal to 5 centimeter per second, we get dA by dt is equal to 2 into pi into, in place of r you will write 8, in place of dr by dt we will write 5. It comes out to be 40 into 2, that is 80 pi, and then dA by dt, dA the unit would be centimeter square upon dt means second. Okay, now we will take up two very important questions. One is question number 10 and the other one is question number 14. Now question number 10 says, a ladder 5 meter long is leaning against a wall. The bottom of a ladder is pulled along the ground away from the wall at a rate of 2 centimeter per second. So first let's make a wall. A ladder is something like this, which is leaning against a wall. So this becomes x units, this becomes y units. Suppose we are writing it as x and this as y. Now it is pulled along the ground away from the wall. So if this is the wall, so it is pulled away from the wall at a rate of 2 centimeter per second. How fast is the and the length of the ladder is given as 5 meters. So now again you have to be careful, this is given in terms of meters whereas this is given in terms of centimeters. So this has to be, the units have to be made equal, so which is equal to 500 centimeters. Okay, now we get how fast is the height of the wall decreasing. So obviously when you pull the ladder this side, over here the height would come down because this will slide downwards. Okay, so when the foot of the ladder is 4 meter away, x equal to 4 meter. Okay, so when, now let's first use Pythagoras theorem. We know that x square plus y square equal to 5 square. This is the equation which relates x and y coordinates in this case. So we get x is 4, so 4 square plus y square equal to 5 square. It implies that y equal to 3 meters. So if we are converting everything in centimeters, it implies that x equal to 400 centimeter, y equal to 300 centimeters. Okay, now let's start finding the rate of change of y with respect to time. Now here y with respect to why are we doing with respect to time? Because the unit says centimeter per second. Now given that dx by dt equal to 2 centimeter per second, okay, and it is moving away, and so it is increasing, and so it will be positive. Okay, so we can even write it as plus here. We have to find dy by dt, so we have to differentiate this equation as, now here we will write in terms, we will be writing everything in terms of centimeters. So here it will be 500 whole square, which is equal to 25, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now differentiating with respect to t here, you get 2x dx by dt plus 2y dy by dt is equal to, here this becomes 0. So this when you solve, you get, we have to find dy by dt. So dy by dt is equal to 2y dy by dt equal to minus 2x dx by dt. This gets cancelled. It implies that dy by dt equal to x minus x upon y dx by dt. Substituting the values, we get dy by dt equal to, now minus x is 400, y is 300, and dx by dt is given to us as 2. So this gets cancelled. It gives us minus 8 by 3 centimeter per second. This is the answer. So now how do we report this answer? Either we say dy by dt equal to minus 8 by 3 centimeter per second, or we say y is decreasing. Why do we say decreasing? Because of this negative sign, decreasing at the rate of 8 by 3 centimeter per second. Now when we are talking in terms of decreasing, we drop the negative sign, and or we say y is changing at the rate of minus 8 by 3 centimeter per second. Now let's take up one more question, which is another very important one, that is question number 14. Now it says sand is pouring from a pipe. As it's always better to make a rough sketch of whatever is given to us and take down whatever details are given step by step. So sand is pouring at the rate of 12 centimeter per second, okay, at the rate of 12 centimeter cube per second from a pipe. The falling sand forms a cone on the ground in such a way, so in such a way that the height of the cone is always 1/6 of the radius of the base. So it ultimately forms a cone something like this. Let the height be h and let the radius of the base be r. Now given that height is 1/6 the radius. Now what else is given to us? How fast is the height of the sand cone increasing when the height is 4 centimeter? So to find dh by dt, why are we saying by dt? Because of this unit given to us as per second is equal to what? This is to be found out and given that h is equal to 4 centimeter. Now let's see what is given to us. Sand is pouring from a pipe at the rate of 12 centimeter cube per second. This centimeter cube per second very clearly indicates it's a change in volume with respect to time. So given that dV by dt is equal to 12 centimeter cube per second. Now first of all we need to know the formula for the volume of a cone. So the volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. Now differentiating with respect to t, we get dv by dt is equal to, now here if you just observe carefully, there are two variables r and h. We can't differentiate two of them simultaneously, so we need the function v only in terms of one variable, not in terms of two variables. So we need to remove one out of this. We are given this result or this relation that h is equal to 1 by 6 r. So either you can write r in terms of h or you can write h in terms of r. But ultimately, since we are required to find dh by dt, so let's remove r and write it in terms of h as 6h. So we get 1 by 3 pi, r squared would be, in place of r squared we will write 6h whole square into h, which gives us, this is 36 upon 3 pi and this is h cube. Now this gives us 12 here. Now let's differentiate this. What do we get? 12 pi as it is into derivative of h with respect to t, h cube with respect to t would be 3h square dh by dt. This is given to be 12 and so this gives us h square dh by dt is equal to 12 over this is given to be 12 over 12 into pi into 3, this gets cancelled and so this gives you 1 over 3 pi, but h is given to be 4 centimeters. So this gives us dh by dt is equal to 1 over 3 pi h square, which is 1 over 3 pi into 4 square, which is 3 into 16 into pi, and this gives us dh by dt equal to 1 over 48 pi. Now what are the units? H, the unit of h is centimeter and the unit of t is second. So this gives you centimeter per 1 upon 48 pi centimeter per second, which is the rate at which the, and this is positive, and so the this gives you the rate at which the height is increasing with time. So we in this manner you can do the rest of the questions of this exercise. Thank you.